What's going on, guys? Christian here from CK Wraps. Today I'm going to wrap the rear quarter panel on the Lamborghini Huracan 610-4 in Colorfusion Gloss Chalk Gray. Again, if you're looking for informative, more in-depth how to vinyl wrap videos, check out my website, ckwraps.com. Links in the top corner and the description below. There's an open forum discussion board where you can ask questions, post pictures. I go on it every single day. Now, we're gonna wrap this wet. There's already PPF or clear PPF on the entire car. We're gonna wrap this wet. So we're gonna do this almost the exact same way as we would with a clear PPF. It has its advantages because it's a hybrid film. So it's dry apply and wet apply. I prefer these much larger panels to do a wet apply. Smaller things, do a dry apply, much faster. We're gonna wet the surface down. Everything's been prepped and wiped. There's isopropyl alcohol that we use to wipe all the edges off the surface, masked any tight areas, and so forth. I'm gonna end up doing this in sort of like two parts because we'll wait for our edges to dry, but let's get the film set up. So we're gonna wet the surface right now. This is a really large piece. This is about, 78 inches long is what I cut. And it is 45 inches tall. So it's a very, very big piece. It's like a hood-sized piece. The first time I wrapped any Lamborghini was in satin chrome, and it was a Huracan, and it was horrible doing this panel. It was really hard. Anyways, this will be easier. It's still challenging, but it will be easier. I want to get underneath the spoiler. Spoiler's really annoying that it's there, but it is what it is. Size up our film, make sure we have enough overlapping the back, the top, the bottom, that's the edge there. It goes all the way down there. See, we don't have much, right? And then we're going to make sure we have enough in the front and back. Okay, just enough, cool. Let's peel that off, there we go. I've got to more or less get this done in the next 30 minutes because I've got an appointment to go to. But just meaning like at least get it set up. Okay, let's stick that down there. That helps anchor it. We're gonna do some trimming as well because we have a bit too much material. I'm gonna peel up this corner and stick it to like that rear hatch section, anywhere I can, whatever makes sense. Just do a bit more than that since it's getting cut off, doesn't really matter. Great, okay. And now let's trim out like our wheel well section because we have too much here. Pinch the film tight when you cut and go swiftly. Just trying to stay near the rubber. And then I'm gonna come down something like this. And come across and kind of come up like that. There we go. That's our scrap piece. Once everything's wet, it'll slide around really nicely. I try not to wet the very, very end because I want that part to tack down somewhere just to keep the film in place. Once I get enough of this going, I'll grab it from the other side. Again, you don't really have to wet it this much. I just, like, I might as well. I'm just more or less treating it like a clear PPF, but a lot easier to install in many different ways as far as doing bulk goes, much faster. Okay, stick that down there. Gets a good anchor point on the bumper, good. Let's get under here. Beautiful. Okay, so the easier part to start on is this section here. So we're gonna get this section anchored and pull the film to the back. Doesn't need a lot of pulling. It's gonna need more pulling right around there. That's where most of it has to happen. Okay, so in here you can see this is pretty much just more or less falling into place, so that's good. Let's check outs down here, making sure that I still have full coverage. Yes, we do, we're good there. Okay. Just sizing it up. And then over here, we're gonna have a bit of pull towards the back, sort of like this, see that? Keeps things tighter. Start wherever you want. I'll work from the body line up and the body line down. Nice firm passes, making sure that we're getting rid of all of the slip solution. Okay, there's the edge there, that's perfect. Let's go down with it now, just for the sake of it. Just a little bit of tension there and barely any. Just kind of pulling it slightly more to the edge there. Okay, I'm wrapping very far around here, so I'm not very concerned about it. I can let that dry entirely and wrap it all the way around. The wet is just great for getting majority of it PPF'd on the very large flat surfaces, basically what I'm working on right now. Okay, let's go over here. Give that a bit of a shimmy downwards, just like this. Kind of hold it. There were a bunch of imperfections I meant to point out, but either way, we'll just get on with the video. Again, it's just in the clear PPF that's already there. There was a bunch over here on the corner and stuff like that. Okay, we're stuck on the wheel sort of here, so let's trim this off the wheel a bit, or tire. Super thorough. You can see how high up I go again. I gotta make sure that I get all of the fluid out. Though again, if you do leave some fluid behind, this is much easier to squeegee out fluid later on than clear PPF because of the air release pattern that's in it. It works incredibly well for squeegeeing out any fluid even afterwards. If you can let it dry for like 5-10 minutes. Okay, tack solution here. A little bit of slip on the surface. Nice firm pass. Let's one time this. Boom. Done. Boom. Okay. Push hard. You're not going to hurt the TPU. Might as well do all that while I'm here. Good. Let's one time this. Boom. Should hold pretty well. Good. Just saw a little bit of fluid there. Got it. Okay. There. Slight pull, nothing crazy, just to keep it flatter. One time it. See how I hold the film in place until I just finish at least squeegeeing the area, just in case. I might as well just add a bit more pressure to it, or hold it right where you want it. There's a big bubble right there. Let's get that going up. Perfect. Okay, we have a pocket right here. That has to come out. See how it's coming back, right? Damn spoilers in my way. Okay, let's let go. Okay, that's staying down. Let's dry it off quickly just to have a quick look. So instead of pulling a small section, we want to pull the largest section possible. So that means we want to disperse our tension over the widest area, meaning like all this, sort of all at once. See what I'm doing? Got my slip handy, that's good. Start from the outside here, or the inside. Push. It's already staying, like I'm not even have to do much. One bubble there. There. Sometimes it's difficult to get the fluid out over the body line. There we go. There's going to be some tension at this edge, but I'm going to be wrapping around the whole way to the inside. So I'll have plenty, I'll have like 1.5 inches of material to hold around that inside edge. It's never going to pull back. Just for that added detail of knowing more or less what that looks like. So you can see that I did stretch it towards that edge. And we know that if this ever fails, okay, my fault. It won't, but it would be my fault. Okay, so that can sort of rest right there for now. Don't worry, I'm not flooding the engine for those of you who might be thinking that. I'm sure there's somebody out there who's like, oh my God, he's getting water on the motor. Now it's just a matter of letting our edges dry. I'll go to my appointment, I'll come back. It's about an hour and a half or so, 2 hours, more than enough time, and then we'll come back and we'll finish this up. That's it, see you soon. Guys, we're back, or I'm back from my appointments. Let's finish up the trimming and wrapping around of the edges on the rear quarter panel of this Lamborghini Aventador Huracan. Now, everything should be dry. I haven't really checked everything yet, but everything should be more or less pretty dry. Remember what I was saying in the earlier part of the video was that this section over here was a little sloppy when it came to the clear PPF. So, you may notice a couple of things that might not look up to par. But again, a lot of this stuff I've documented along the way. Okay, so we're gonna get this pre-tucked in here. And then we're gonna start doing some trimming. So the film seems to be holding pretty nicely. Let's check out down here. Seems to be holding pretty nicely there as well. Now we're gonna get in there with a tucking tool just to make sure it's extra far, extra deep. That's not going in any further there. A little bit more right there. There we go. Not start quite at the very end. And we're just gonna cut in the gap. It's a nice little gap right there. Don't have to harm anything. Again, this is all about pressure. Just let the blade do the work and keep firm, even pressure. Just kind of ran off there for a second. There we go. Okay, we'll come out here. And just go down a bit. Good. Let's do some of this area here. Just running my blade, that nice little gap right there and along the panel's edge. As I get to the end, I want to round the corner off, so I'm going to give myself a little extra as I get to the end there. Just pull that away so I can find where I finished. Just like that. There we go. Let's go up this way. Perfect. Let's hold that in there. There's our edge so I can see it. Good. And then alleviate that. Good. And I'm just gonna come out like that and get rid of this extra piece here. I can feel the edge inside here. So I'm gonna put my finger here and we're gonna cut. Just to hold the material down, good. Now I'm gonna take my heat gun and heat that section. Right here. Roll that around. I'll trim off any excess afterwards. Let's gradually work this down and around. Use my squeegee, it's a little bit better. First of all, it's very small. Second of all, I'm not even gonna be able to get the camera in there. So we're gonna cut here in the gap again. There's dirt in here. You can hear that, my knife hitting the dirt. Okay, slip this out. And then I'm gonna come off, up and out so I can give myself a little extra for that corner. Good. Just gonna take care of that with some heat right now since I'm here. This corner won't look too perfect just due to the fact that, again, there's the clear PPF there to my best, but now we can remove our tape. So I have the film pre-tucked. We'll get in there pretty deep. I'm just gonna go have a look at the other side so I can refresh my memory, since I did have a break between when I started to wrap this. Is that air or is that fluid? Nope, that was me, okay. So I pulled that back. But I'm gonna go look at the other side in a second. I just wanna see how far in I gotta go here. There's only so far in I can go, but I'm trying to maximize the white coverage. Worst case, you can always go to the other side and have a look. Okay, that's perfect. I'm pointing my blade in and underneath the panel. Just sticking to it. It's okay, that'll push back down. Let's come around here now. And around that corner and out this way. Okay, that'll all push back down. See, neat and tidy, all tucked away underneath. Nice, smooth, straight line. Beautiful, like that, okay. And then finish up a bit more here. And back the other way. Good. It's really tight over here. Let's bring my blade out. There we go. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Yeah, this is not a normal gap. I mean, maybe it is, but this is not. If it was a newer model, I'd say it would be more likely to, but this is a 2015, I think. So this is still made in Germany. Well, or most of it is. Well, newer ones, a lot of it's made in China. Okay, let's go around the wheel well. Don't have to go very far with this because the wheel well is the fender is very thin here, so we don't have to go around too far. I think that's about it. Good. And then come back down this way. Okay. Beautiful. So we're gonna try and get everything tucked in here. Have just enough stretch to not have too much bunching here, which is good. Happy about that. If I didn't stretch the film enough that way, this could be a big problem. I'm actually gonna pull that back a bit. I see a few bubbles. There we go. Even right up there, I see one. Cool. Once I push that in, all those wrinkles will go away. Okay, can't see anymore. Let's take that, split it. Good. Let's finish up down here first. Get rid of that. I'll go in here and move some of that film around. Again, there's the edge of their PPF is like right here at the very edge. Theirs is actually wrinkled a little bit. So it's right here, it's wrinkles. I'm gonna go in even further than they did, much further. Beautiful, tucked away really nicely. Pretty much covered all the white. Underneath here, we're good. Nice. Okay, let's take the tape off. Guys, rear quarter panel all finished up. Showing you how to wrap it in Colorfusion Gloss Chalk Gray. Go around all the edges, did a full wet apply, waited for the edges to dry, go away, come back for a little bit, go move on to something else. You can see all the edges went down super nicely. Other than, again, the fact that there is some PPF, there's PPF all over the whole car prior to the installation. Some of the corners and edges could have come out a little bit cleaner, and the finish could have been more clear if the gloss paint protection film had been, whatever was used, had been a clear material. I don't know what brand it was, but who knows? Almost impossible to tell unless you're super pro at it. You might be able to know which brand it was, but the fact that it's clear, almost impossible to tell. Either way, still looks great, double protected, gonna be self-healing from scratches, impermeable to stone chips, that kind of stuff, even just leaning on it, whatever. We'll move on to another panel after this, which will be the lower rocker panel. And then basically after that, we just have the front and rear bumpers, and then this car is done. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I look forward to seeing you into the next one. Take care.